Hey everybody. This episode's cheating a little bit, because if you watch my videos, you have heard of this show. But it's my favorite show, and they're my videos, so you can deal with it. I want to talk to you today about Lexx. Got it right here. It's actually signed by a couple of the cast members. I'm a big fan. Lexx is a very unique show, and it's funny because I almost never run into anybody who's heard of it, even though it was on for 4 seasons. And when I do, it's about a 50-50 chance they'll either tell me how much they loved it or how awful it was. Lexx is not your average science fiction show. It's a little dark, it's a little twisted, which is weird considering most of the shows that I really like aren't. You know, I don't need dark and twisted for my escapism. But in this case, it works. Now, let me tell you this. If you're going to start out, here's how to do it. The first season is a series of 4 movies. The movies aren't very good. I'll admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. They go on a little bit. Now, the second, third, and fourth season are all 45-minute episodes, like normal television. And they work a lot better. They don't work as films. They drag on too long, and they don't... The pacing is off. They're not as good. But you can't just jump into season 2, because this show is bizarre. If you don't see the first episode, you're never going to understand what the hell's going on. So here's my advice to you. All of these are on Netflix. If you're going to do it this way. Watch the first movie. Watch the 4th movie. Skip the 2 in the middle. Then watch the rest of the show. Now, if you enjoy it, go back and watch those middle 2. They're not bad. But the first one and the 4th one are the ones you need to see. The first one explains where all the characters are, who they are, what the hell's going on. And the 4th one wraps up all the plot elements from the first. The middle 2 are just adventures that they have. And they're good. But I can understand people not liking them as much. The second season is a fairly standard sci-fi show. Albeit with a twist. But they're going through space, they go on adventures. It's largely episodic until about halfway through, and then the plots all start to become connected. The 3rd season is actually a mini-series. Each episode takes over right where the last one left off. It is 13 episodes as opposed to the 26 episodes of the series before, and the 20 of the one after. It feels different. It is different. I still enjoy it. It's got some mystical elements to it that are a little unusual in a science fiction show, but I really enjoy it. And the 4th one is more of a comedy than anything. So each season, the show kind of reinvents itself. It changes itself a little, and I think that keeps it fresh. Because it's the same characters, it's the same story. They just tweak the way they're telling the story. Oh. See, I'm trying to be a little careful here, because I could go on and on about the show forever. Easily. I've written papers about it in college. I wrote a 15-page essay on the thing in college. Got a B. Not bad, considering the guy had never heard of the show. It's dark. It's twisted. There are sexual elements. Let me do this. I will describe for you our main heroes, and we'll call it quits there. Fair enough? The Lexx is the spaceship that they're all on. It's basically a giant dragonfly without any wings. It has an intelligence, but it's about the intelligence of a 2nd grader. It's not that bright, and it has no free will. It can also blow up planets in a single shot. It is supremely powerful. But again, no free will. It can only be controlled by somebody who has the key. The key is some kind of electric organic thing. There's only one of it, and it lives inside a person. If that person is killed, it travels to the next available person. In the first episode can basically just be described as a series of bizarre circumstances In the first episode, the key falls into possession of a man named Stanley Tweedle. Stanley is the captain of the Lexx now. He's definitely nothing special. He's not strong. He's not brave. He's not attractive. He's not charming. The list of things he's not is much longer than the list of things he is. He is definitely by no means a hero. But I would make the argument that throughout the course of the series, there are a few moments where he acts heroically, where he sacrifices himself to help others. And I would be willing to say that those moments are more impactful because he's a coward. You know Jean-Luc Picard is going to always sacrifice whatever it takes to save the day. Stanley Tweedle's going to spend most of the time saving his own skin. If he saves the day, it's memorable.
By the way, what the hell is that thing? Kind of a loser flies around in a bug. A bug.
Hey, buddy, this is the Lexx, the most powerful destructive force in the two universes.
Come on, pal. What do you think, I'm an idiot?
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he called me? He called me a nobody.
He was rude and unhygienic. Let's be off, Zev.
Stan, you probably don't remember because you were frozen.
He called me a nobody?
But when Kai punctured your heart and they wouldn't let us into the medical satellite,
Yeah?
I gave them a little demo.
Oh! Yeah. Of course. Lexx, could you destroy that moon, please?
As you request, Stan.
Oh, that's real funny. Oh, well.
Also on the ship, we have Zev. They switch actresses on Zev, but they work it out in the plot so that there's a reason it's played by somebody different. Zev was an obese, ugly woman that nobody ever could be attracted to. That's not me saying it. That's the show's premise. She is just unappealing in every humanly possible way. And she gets sentenced for a crime. She punches out her husband in the temple. It was an arranged marriage. He called her ugly. She knocked him out. Little brat. So she is punished and turned into a love slave. They completely transform her body, so she's got this amazing body. Through a series of incidents in the first episode, there's a little bit of lizard mixed in there, a predatory lizard. She doesn't look like a lizard, but she's got cannibal animal instincts that pop up from time to time and also give her some enhanced strength. But due to a series of bizarre circumstances, she didn't get her mind changed. Now, she's got the sex drive, and she's got the body, but she still has a mind all her own. She's the only female on the ship, and she's desperately horny. Except she won't sleep with Stan because she finds him unappealing. Really, anybody in the universe but the only guy available to her. It's kind of hilarious the way it works out. There's also 790, the robot head. The head that got knocked off of a robot and got the love programming meant for Zev. He fell in love with the first thing he saw, which was her. So it's just this robot head that can't move on its own, that is desperately in love with Zev, and really wishes it could kill anything that could come between him and her. Can't do anything about it. And then lastly, we have Kai. Kai is dead. He's an animated corpse trained as an assassin. He is unstoppable. He can kill anything in his way. Nothing can stop him. If you chop him up into pieces, he will reconnect himself. But the stuff that keeps him running is a limited supply, so he spends most of his time in a cryo chamber. So, you know, he can't always save the day. Somebody's got to wake him up first. That's our crew. And if that doesn't make you want to see the show, nothing's going to. Anyway, that's my fanboy moment. I love this show. I've never seen anything else like it on television. You should check it out if you're a fan of the sci-fi genre. That's it. I'm done.